Can you hear? Okay.
Yes.
All right. So we are live. Let's go ahead and get started. We'll give it a chance for a few people to hop into the chat so that we can start talking about our resources, support, and offerings for this year. I almost said 2021, 2022. All right. So we'll give people a few moments just to get into the chat. And I believe my doorbell's about to ring, working from home problem. So, all right. Looks like we have some people hopping in. Hello, hello. Welcome to the new CEDA Helps webinar. We can go ahead and get rolling, but this is a live Q&A. It's a live space for you guys. There's my doorbell. To get answers to the questions you have, whether they are about CEDA resources or finding affordable health insurance. So let's get the ball rolling. So I'm Tasia Karoutsis. I'm the communications manager here at CEDA. And I'm going to be diving into our program offerings. And then later in our presentation, Jason, who works with our corporate partner, Bright Healthcare, is going to join us to help us navigate getting Affordable Care Act insurance. What's the enrollment process? How do you pick the right plan? Which is all great information to have. So let's jump in. And of course, drop all of your questions in the chat. We're going to keep collecting them throughout. We'll answer them all at the end. And if there's anything we don't answer, keep an eye on your Facebook inbox. That's where we are going to answer your question. So without further ado, let's get started. So you can see on your screen the agenda that we're going through today. And so it is going to be, again, it's mostly about you guys. So we're going to go through the programs, Affordable Care Act insurance, and then have our live Q&A. So, and the final note before we jump into the nitty-gritty of the presentation is that I want to thank Bright Healthcare for making this CEDA Help series possible. The past few sessions, they've been kind enough to sponsor so that we can get this information out to you folks. So thank you so much to our corporate partner. All right, nitty gritty time. So here's our programs. So we have our core CEDA programs here. There are a couple that we'll go through that, our new offerings for this year as well. So of course, we want to start with our light and gas bill assistance program. So this is one of our biggest programs, and it can help you in two different ways. So our LIHEAP program will provide a direct payment to your utility bill provider one time, to help get you back on your way. The other thing that this program offers is called PIP. It is Percent Income Payment Program. And that gives you it's a subsidized budget billing program. So basically we will help pay some of your bill as you go. And if you make those payments on time for a certain portion of time, your utility bill debt can be forgiven. So these are, again, two big programs. They're on our website. Everything we talk about is going to be on our website, cedaorg.net. And the best way to apply for this program and many others is going to be going to cedaorg.net/sites and giving any of our partner intake sites a call. They are knowledgeable. They are ready to walk you through the process. So that's for gas and light bill assistance. We also still have our furnace repair and replacement program. So this is if your home heating system has been deemed unsafe by a utility company, it's been red tagged, or it's just not functional anymore. Our team is here to help. So This is you know, kind of connected to our LIHEAP program. So if you're interested in this while you're applying for LIHEAP on the phone with our reps, go ahead and mention that you want to apply for this at the same time. It'll you know, kind of expedite things for you. And you can check out, again, all full eligibility, CEDAorg.net. Yeah, that's kind of the quick and short of our furnace repair and replacement. And then I'm going to talk about 2 water bill assistance programs. So this first one is just for people who live in the city of Chicago. So this is our UBR program. What it does is it works to make your water bill more affordable and help relieve any debt that you may have accrued. So it gives you a 50% rate reduction for your bills. You will have no shutoff, no penalties, no debt collection. And then if you complete our program, so if you're 1 year into the program, you will get the debt forgiveness. At the end of the program, I've already seen a couple of questions in here about how to re-enroll. So you can re-enroll at the end of your program year to continue kind of getting those benefits. And I'll address kind of how a little bit about re-enrollment during the Q&A section. But the way to get everything started is to go to chicago.gov/UBR. So chicago.gov/UBR. You put in your home address, your water bill account number, and they'll tell you if you're eligible. And then the next one is a water bill assistance program for suburban Cook County. So this is our LIWAP program that launched very recently. And this program can give you up to $1,500 to get you back on track with your water bill. So that includes things like paying for reconnection assistance, talking about avoiding disconnection, paying a past due balance, if you have any kind of fees associated with penalties. So this program really helps for those pieces. And if you're qualified for our LIHEAP program, our FACE program, or our weatherization program, you are likely qualified for this program. So again, go ahead and give us a call, CEDAorg.net/sites to learn more information about this new offering. We also have home weatherization that we offer. So this program tailors home improvements to get you the maximum amount of benefit for what we do. So it'll be things like installing insulation, sealing drafty areas. Maybe we need to tweak your heating system. So our team puts together a comprehensive plan for you and then makes the adjustments. And again, just head to our site, see if you're eligible, and our partner intake sites can help you apply. We have housing services also. So our housing services, we have HUD certified counselors who are ready to help you, whether you need help staying in or finding housing that works for you and your budget. If you're having conflicts between, you know, a lender or a landlord, we can help kind of mitigate, and they can connect you to all kinds of resources to help you get through, you know, any times of need. There's no income requirements. If you're interested in this service, go ahead and give us a call. So the number for them is 312-288-8010. And the email address is housing1@cedaorg.net. This information, again, is on our website, and I can repeat it later on if needed. Then we have our FACE program. Again, this one's exclusive to suburban Cook County, but this is an amazing program that offers tailored support, again, to your household's needs. So they can do all kinds of things, from helping you pay for fees associated with your car registration, or helping you pay for auto repair, helping with dental and vision services, all kinds of things. It's a very comprehensive kind of program. And then as a part of our FACE program, we are currently running our employment barrier reduction program. So this is a subset of FACE that's specifically designed to help alleviate whatever challenges you're having towards finding a job. So if that's getting you interview clothes, or making sure that you have, you know, the lights are on so you can connect to the computer, helping to pay for job certifications and trainings, books and tuition, all kinds of things like that. So, you know, if you're interested in kind of seeing what our FACE program might be able to do for you, they do have their own referral line. It's 312-795-8948, again, on the website. And the last program we're going to talk about today is Women, Infants, and Children, our WIC program. And I have to say, our WIC team is phenomenal. They connect clients with healthy food, nutrition education, breastfeeding support, and like important things that children need to thrive. They help women and their children under aged 5. And really, our team is here to talk whenever you think you might need them. So for instance, if you're a seasonal worker and you know you might be getting laid off soon, give our team a call and help plan for the future. They are there to talk you through kind of how to go to make sure that there's no gap in your groceries or the nutritional intake coming into your home. They also can support any language you got. So you can contact them at 855-942-2332. Again, it's an amazing team, whatever you need. If you just want to talk and see if WIC's appropriate for you, they're there. And so that, is kind of a quick look at all of the things that we have coming up in 2022 at this point. Again, to reiterate, you can call any of our partner intake sites, CEDAorg.net/sites. Any of them will be able to kind of give you additional program information, help you apply for some, point you in the right direction for others. And at CEDAorg.net, you can, get any other information you need. So without further ado, I do want to welcome Jason to the stage, the virtual stage, to walk us through the Affordable Care Act health insurance and how to kind of make those choices. So go ahead and take it away.
Thanks so much, Tasia. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm going to now share my screen as well. So let me know if that's good to go.
Yes.
Awesome. Perfect. And I assume you can see my screen, correct?
Yep, we can see.
Great. Awesome. Thanks again, Tasia. And I want to thank also the team at CEDA for having me speak today about a super important topic. So that topic being health insurance for you and or your family. But before we begin, again, my name is Jason Plaga and I work for a company called Bright Healthcare. Bright Healthcare is a healthcare company that provides health insurance solutions for over 500,000 consumers throughout the United States. We are in about 131 markets across 17 states. And this is our second year offering health insurance solutions to Illinois consumers. And we're really excited to continue our efforts in connecting the members that we serve to thousands of doctors, as well as well-known hospital systems and medical groups throughout the greater Chicago area. So we are currently right now offering health insurance plans in Cook County, as well as some of the collar counties surrounding the city. So now, going back to why health insurance is such an important and relevant topic today. So as you may or may not know, we are in what we like to call an open enrollment period. What that means for consumers is that this is the time of the year where consumers have the ability to shop and enroll in health insurance plans through the healthcare marketplace or the Obamacare marketplace. Health insurance, as we know, can be extremely confusing. It can also be a very tricky topic to kind of navigate. So my goal today is to ultimately provide you all with the basics so you can make a real informed decision regarding health insurance for you and your loved ones. I know that we're going to have a Q&A a little bit at the end. Is that right, Tasia? Nod. Okay, perfect. I see that you're on mute. And also working from home today as well. So I apologize if there might be any background noise. I've got 3 little dogs that might start barking at the sound of pretty much anything. So with that said, let's just jump in and kind of talk about what we're going to be covering today to help you, again, be informed. So we'll talk about individual and family plans. We'll do a little overview of what individual and family plans are. We'll then talk about marketplace plans, costs associated with those plans, how to shop for plans, and how to choose what is going to be the best option for you and your family. We'll also talk about subsidies and tax credits. These are ways to get help paying for maybe premium, as well as some out-of-pocket costs that you might incur when you have to use your insurance. And then lastly, we'll round it out with individual and family plan resources, the resources that are available to you and where you can go for any questions, or if you really want to deep dive, understand even more what the marketplace is all about, what options are available to you, and the why, really, why this is all available to consumers. So you may have heard of the acronym IFP before. So IFP means individual and family plans. The individual and family marketplace consisted of consumers who buy their own health insurance through federal or state-based exchanges. So here, being in the state of Illinois, we utilize that is the federal exchange, the federal marketplace where you can look at your options and enroll in health insurance. So the types of consumers that would go to the marketplace would be those who are not eligible for Medicare, so generally younger than age 65. They are also not eligible for Medicaid or VA care. And lastly, they are not eligible for or choose not to enroll in employer-sponsored health insurance. So if you're working a full-time job and your employer wants to offer some type of sponsored health insurance coverage, you cannot purchase insurance through the marketplace. So those are typically the general demographic of the consumer who purchases on the marketplace. So here are some additional examples of some folks that would be a good fit for buying insurance and enrolling through the health insurance marketplace. One scenario could be a 27-year-old who is no longer on their parents' insurance plan. And so there's a rule there. You can actually stay on your parents' insurance plan if you are currently on your parents' insurance plan until the age of 26. But after that, you will have to purchase your own. So a 27-year-old no longer on a parents' insurance plan, they might be a student, they might be working part-time, and they might qualify for those subsidies that I talked about before, which is that federal assistance. The second scenario or demographic of a consumer that would purchase on the marketplace would be a family. Maybe their parents, the parents of the family are self-employed, they're entrepreneurs. They may also qualify for that federal help or, again, subsidies. The third scenario could be a 55-year-old who is retired, but not yet eligible for Medicare, which of course kicks in at age 65. Now, these are just some general examples of consumer demographics of who typically purchases insurance through the marketplace, but there are so many different wide ranges of scenarios and situations and households that the marketplace does work with. So it's always super important to go, and we'll talk about this later, to check your eligibility, see if you might be eligible for federal assistance through the marketplace. And we'll talk about a little later on how to do that. So now let's talk about qualified health plans. Another acronym. The insurance world is full of acronyms. So QHPs. So what exactly is a qualified health plan? So a qualified health plan is an insurance plan that's certified by the health insurance marketplace. These plans specifically have to provide what they call essential health benefits. We have to follow limits on cost sharing. So I'm sure you've heard of terms like deductibles, co-payments, co-insurance, out-of-pocket maximums, a lot of terminology with health insurance, but we have to follow the limits of what healthcare reform, or what we know as Obamacare, has put into place. Furthermore, we have to meet other requirements under, again, the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare, and all qualified health plans must meet the Affordable Care Act requirement for having health coverage known as minimum essential coverage. And we'll talk about what minimum essential coverage is, because this is the key. These are the key features of what makes a qualified health plan. Now, here are the 10 essential health benefits required for all qualified health plans. Basically, what this means is a qualified health plan on the exchange, on the marketplace, must cover these 10 things. Ambulatory patient services. We must cover emergency services, hospitalization, pregnancy, maternity and newborn care, mental health and substance use disorder services. We must cover prescription drugs, rehabilitative and habilitative services and devices, laboratory services, so lab work, imaging, etc., preventative and wellness services, and lastly, pediatric services, including oral and vision care, so dental and vision. Every single health insurance plan that is considered a qualified health plan must have these 10 essential benefits covered. Now, the reason why I want to explain this is because there are a lot of different insurance products out there in the market today that may look like a qualified health plan. Maybe you have heard of something called a short-term medical plan or a hospital indemnity plan. Those plan, or maybe even an accident plan or critical illness plan. These are common types of plans out there. Those plans are not qualified health plans because they do not cover these 10 things. Furthermore, the question comes up a lot too. I've got a pre-existing condition. Let's say that I've got a condition that I'm managing every day. Another part of the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare is that we must cover all pre-existing conditions. And that is another big difference between what a qualified health plan is versus the other kind of plans that might look like a health insurance plan. So again, just wanted to let you all know that it's very important to know what exactly is a qualified health plan. And there will be no issue when you go on to the marketplace. If you're shopping for insurance on healthcare.gov, all of those plans are already qualified by the marketplace. So you'll have no question or no doubt that you're receiving the correct plan. So now let's go into understanding your enrollment and marketplace exchanges. You know, there's a little bit of a lag here. So we'll talk about enrollment periods next. So as I mentioned before, we are currently in an open enrollment period. This is the time, again, when consumers like yourself can purchase and enroll in plans freely, right? You can make your changes to existing plans. You can enroll in a new plan. Open enrollment this year started November 1st, and it is going to be ending on January 15th. There might be some extension to that, but nothing has necessarily been put out there yet about any extensions. So again, the deadline for open enrollment is January 15th. Now, why are we doing this today? Why are we doing this with it just around the corner? Because there's still a lot of underinsured and insured consumers here in Chicago specifically that don't necessarily know their options or they haven't made a decision yet. So that's why we're here today and hoping to provide you with the information again to make that informed decision. There's also what we like to call a special enrollment period, another acronym, SEP. So let's say that January 15th is over and you have not made a decision on insurance or you didn't enroll in a plan. There is something what we call a special enrollment period. And this is when consumers who have a qualifying life event, or here's another acronym, a QLE, will enable you to purchase or enroll in plans outside of the open enrollment period. Now, there's a long list of what is a qualifying life event. Qualifying life event could be a marriage, a divorce. It could be a baby being born or an adoption. It could be you moving from one state to another and you losing coverage. So as long as there's something that falls in with those qualifying life events that are, of course, outlined by the Affordable Care Act and the marketplace, then you do have the ability to purchase outside of the enrollment period. Now, for more information on what exactly is a qualified life event, healthcare.gov will have all of that information for you. So how do you purchase? Direct enrollment. So many consumers can purchase plans directly from insurance companies. However, you will not be eligible for a tax credit. So tax credit, again, being those subsidies, those cost share reductions that help you offset premium costs and out-of-pocket cost. For the sake of this specific presentation, we're going to talk about marketplace enrollment. This is, again, healthcare.gov, the Obamacare exchanges. So this is where you're going to want to, where many consumers enroll through, again, the marketplace, through the Obamacare exchange on healthcare.gov. And that's where they can see if they receive any of that federal assistance. There's also what we call an enhanced direct enrollment. There's a lot of websites out there on the internet that actually have a direct connection to the marketplace. But what I always like to advise is that if you're looking to receive any type of federal assistance with those subsidies and cost share reductions, it's always the safest bet to go directly to healthcare.gov, which is the marketplace, to enroll and check your eligibility. So how exactly does the exchange work? So again, I've said this ad nauseum here, healthcare.gov. That is the site that you're going to want to visit. Illinois utilizes federal exchanges. Some states, however, run their own exchange. And as you can see, there are a few states that, Minnesota being one, Colorado being one, California being one, as you can see on that map here, they have their own state-based exchanges. All exchanges, whether it's state or federal, offer assistance for consumers like yourself, such as insurance brokers, navigators, and certified application counselors. I always advise any consumer that is interested or looking to find out what they can qualify for to go to healthcare.gov, and there's actually a directory of insurance brokers, navigators, and certified application counselors in Cook County that can assist you throughout the process. Because again, it is it can be very confusing, especially because it's such a topic that we don't typically work day in and day out in. Lastly, the marketplace or exchanges are the only place that you, the consumer, can receive subsidies or that federal assistance. So here are the different plans that are offered on the marketplace, on the exchange. I'm sure you might have heard of gold, silver, bronze, and maybe even catastrophic plans. The way I like to look at each plan, gold being the more expensive plan, you're going to see lesser out of pocket. You're going to see lower deductibles. You're going to probably pay roughly around 20% of your medical costs, where the plan will pay around 80% of the medical cost. Silver is going to be kind of the middle of the road, where you are going to be paying 30% of your medical costs, and the plan will pay about 70% of the medical cost. Bronze is going to be the least expensive premium out there. So they're going to be a little bit higher deductibles, a little bit higher out of pocket. Again, you can see costs that you're going to be responsible for are going to be roughly 40%. And then the plan will pay about 60%. There are also what we call catastrophic plans. However, in order to qualify for a catastrophic plan, You do have to be under the age of 30, and there needs to be a qualified hardship exemption that someone would have to apply for in order to purchase this plan. A catastrophic plan, think about this plan kind of similar to a bronze, where it is very inexpensive, but there are going to be a little bit more costs that you're going to have to pay as the consumer. Again, about a 40-60 split between you and the health insurance plan. So really what I want to focus on is the silver plan. The reason why we want to focus on silver plans is because not only can you receive the subsidies that help offset your premium, but you could also be eligible for what we like to call CSRs, or cost share reductions. What that means is that these plans, if eligible, will lower your out-of-pocket costs. So let's just hypothetically say that a deductible on a plan is typically $3,000. You might be eligible with a silver plan to reduce that deductible to maybe 500, to maybe even 0. It all depends on what you qualify for, and that's all based on your household income. Bronze plans are also going to be a great viable option, as they are the least expensive plans. They do offer the minimum essential coverage. The premium is going to probably be the lowest, but again, you have to remember, the lower the premium, the higher you might have to pay out of pocket. Again, it's that 40-60 split. So how do you determine? And this is a lot of information, a lot of silver, gold, platinum, bronze. It's a lot, right? But this is the way that I like to break it down. Now, disregarding the platinum plans, because I don't think there are any platinum plans out on the marketplace today for Illinois. But let's talk about if you're interested in a gold plan. This is going to be a good plan for you to purchase if you have a lot of prescriptions, or you anticipate seeing your doctor more than maybe 2 or 3 times a year. A gold plan may generally have a higher premium, but it will pay more of the costs when you need care. Now, silver, bronze, and catastrophic, this is a great plan. These are great plans for consumers with lower incomes who can potentially receive subsidies, that federal help on certain silver plans. Think about these plans for consumers who do not expect to use regular medical services or don't take regular prescriptions. So maybe think about this as, hey, I might just need this in case of an emergency. I don't really have a condition that I'm managing, or maybe my condition is a light condition where my prescription, for example, I take a cholesterol medication, and it's, it's very low in cost. It's about $1, I think, a month for me to get a 30-day supply. So think about where you fit from that profile and how you believe you're going to need to use your health insurance throughout the year. So now let's take a look at subsidies. This is going to be the federal assistance that you could potentially receive. So as I've mentioned before, there are 2 types of consumer subsidies. The first is going to be what we call advanced premium tax credit. This is going to be that tax credit help to lower your monthly premium payments. You can only be eligible for this or qualify for this if you are purchasing a qualified health plan through healthcare.gov or the exchange, the marketplace. The way that they determine how much you're going to receive in federal assistance is based, again, on an individual's annual income. The other consumer subsidy that's available is what we call the cost share reduction. As I mentioned before, this is going to help lower the amount one pays for deductibles, co-payments, and insurance. As I mentioned, those silver plans are the only plans that are available for cost share reductions. Now, for the advanced premium tax credit, which is help on your premiums, that's available to all plans. So bronze, silver, gold, and catastrophic. So how does this work? So you can actually take advance premium tax credits in two ways. You can either take credits up front to pay directly to the health insurance carrier, or you can take credits at the end of the year as a tax refund. It's always best, and I typically advise this, to just take the credits up front because, again, you are getting assistance right away, and the insurance company is going to automatically deduct those credits from your premium, so you won't necessarily see them. They're going to go right, the government is going to pay right directly to the insurance carrier, and you don't have to worry about claiming any of those credits at the end of the year. So it's always advised to just take the tax credits up front, so you are paying the least premium that you qualify for right out the gate every month. Cost share reductions. These are, again, consumers who meet non-financial eligibility requirements. And now, as I mentioned, there are specific eligibility requirements to receive those additional cost share. Again, those cost share reductions are for lowering your deductible, lowering your co-payments, etc. Basically, the consumer profile here would be anyone who is at 250% of the federal poverty level, and you can choose a silver plan. Only silver plans allow this directly through the marketplace. So now, how does this cost sharing work? Especially, again, a lot of might be a lot of questions surrounding how this works. So again, you choose the silver plan, and then even though the silver plan might have a little bit of a higher premium than the bronze, the total medical also includes, again, reducing your co-payments, your co-insurance, and deductible. So think about the silver plan as having more robust coverage. And if you qualify, you could essentially be paying very little when you go to the doctor, or you need to go to the hospital, whatever it might be, or picking up a prescription. So in summary, again, the two types of subsidies and help that you can get from the government: advanced premium tax credits, or APTC. This helps, again, with paying your premiums. And then the other, cost share reductions, or CSR. This helps lower the cost when you need to receive care. All right, we'll round it out here with some resources that are available to you. Again, this is a lot of information. However, I know Tasia had mentioned that this is recorded, and this will be obviously available to review again on Facebook Live and maybe even on other social media platforms. But your best bet is to know your resources and where to go. So for individual and family plan resources, you have access to the FFM, or the Federally Facilitated Marketplace, resources and tools. So your go-to for checking your eligibility and to see what you qualify for, as well as enrolling in a plan, is going to be at www.healthcare.gov. So healthcare.gov, that is the marketplace. That is, or what we like to call, the Obamacare exchanges, right? On the right-hand side of the screen is CMS. This is going to be the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services. A lot of questions can be answered here about qualified health plans, about Obamacare, what this means to you as a consumer, consumer rights. So if you want to get a little bit more information or deeper information, CMS is going to be a great resource for you. But again, to check eligibility, to enroll in a health insurance plan, you're going to go to healthcare.gov. Furthermore, on healthcare.gov, this is where I would definitely start. If this just seems overwhelming, because it's always overwhelming to me, I know. It's always great to find local assistance in your area. So on healthcare.gov, you can find local help. There's an actual find local help screen on healthcare.gov. You put in your city or your zip code, and you will see a list, a very, very long list of assisters who are trained and certified individuals. There's no cost to consumers to utilize any of these certified individuals. They'll help you apply. They'll help you enroll in a plan with savings, or if you qualify for Medicaid or CHIP, They will help facilitate that experience for you as well. They are also required to provide fair, impartial, and accurate information. So they won't be leading you to a specific health insurance carrier. They will absolutely be transparent. These certified assisters, I actually have worked with them. They know their stuff and they are very much so willing to assist, again, helping you navigate this very complex topic, right? So again, healthcare.gov, find local help, and look for certified assisters who can assist you. And that can be done actually over the phone as well as email. And that comes to the end of our presentation. I believe we're going to open it up to some questions that I believe may have come into the chat. But before we get there, I just want to, again, thank you all for taking time out of your day to learn about, again, a very interesting topic like health insurance. I like to nerd out on this all the time. But again, as I mentioned, it is very complex, but it's really important to know your options. And understanding what is available to you to make an informed decision. Healthcare is so important. It's important to stay healthy, both mind and body, especially during this crazy time that we're experiencing right now with COVID. With that said, I hope everyone is staying warm. And Tasia, were there any questions on the chat? I think I saw a couple.
Yeah, we did get a few coming in, and thank you so much for all of that information. I can tell you I learned a lot, so I'm sure other people did too. So there was a question in here that I think actually could apply to both CEDA service and ACA. So, and that is for the qualifications, is it income that's looked at or income and assets? And I can tell you for CEDA programs, we will not look at your assets, but if your asset generates an income, so if you rent out a house, for instance, you do have to report that income to us. What about for ACA?
That is the same scenario too. So it is all income based, but like you said, if you are making an income off of rental properties throughout Chicago, then obviously that would be counted as household income as well.
Awesome, great. And someone was asking if they need help navigating marketplace insurance, can they get in touch with you or a member of your team?
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, 100%. If you are interested in checking out Bright Healthcare options, which again, there are many options out there in that are available to all greater Chicago residents. But Bright Healthcare is just one of many. If you are interested in kind of understanding what we're all about and what we do, brighthealthcare.com. There is also a phone number that can help you if you have any questions about plans or if you're interested in enrolling. Personally, again, as I mentioned, I always advise members or consumers to visit healthcare.gov and look and find that local help, especially assisters and certified enrollers, because again, no fee for service with them. Obviously there's no fee for service with us either, but they will show you the broad range of health insurance options that are going to be available to consumers in Chicago. And it won't just be Bright Healthcare. There's so many other options out there, and they'll kind of place you based on your needs and what is most important to you, because not all health insurance companies operate the same or offer similar doctors or similar hospitals. So it's really important to see all options available, and that can be done by finding help through healthcare.gov.
Awesome, great, thank you so much. And a couple other questions about the ACA part, and then we'll switch back into CEDA services. Someone was asking, can undocumented people apply for ACA coverage?
So yes, there's a little bit of a caveat to that, and it's all dependent on a few things. So as I mentioned, best bet is to go through the healthcare marketplace so they can check your eligibility. You can also purchase insurance. If you remember a couple of slides back, were multiple ways you can purchase insurance. So on healthcare.gov, if you are truly looking for federal assistance, that's where you're going to go to see that. check your eligibility, see if your citizenship status can qualify for that. If you do not qualify for that, you can purchase directly from an insurance carrier. So you can come to Bright Health or any other insurance carrier that might pique your interest, that you might be interested in. And we don't typically require a social security number when applying direct. Now, on exchange, however, they do require some type of number, identifying number, because they do tie that to your taxes, but there are different caveats to that. So again, always good to check your eligibility with a certified assister on the exchange.
Got it. Great. And this next question I'm going to ask, I'm not sure if I got it right though. So I think this was from RuPaul in chat. If I didn't get your question right, please correct me. But is an HMO plan a qualified health plan?
Yes.
Okay.
So an HMO really signifies the type of network availability that is available on those plans. So I'm sure you've heard of those acronyms: PPO, HMO, point of service or POS, EPO even. There's just so many, right? So an HMO really is going to be a specific network to whatever the carrier is working with. So I'll just give you an example of Bright Healthcare. Bright Healthcare, all of our plans in Illinois, actually throughout the United States, they're all HMOs. What that means is that we have specific relationships with hospital systems and providers of those hospital systems that we would want our members to use. Example would be, we utilize AMITA, we utilize, is a partner of ours. Sinai Health System is a partner of ours. North Shore University Health System, DuPage Medical Group. Those are all partners in our network. Now, what an HMO really means is, well, can I go see someone maybe at Northwestern or at Advocate? Unfortunately, because it's more of a focused group of providers and hospital systems, we typically will not cover coverage at Northwest. We won't cover coverage at Northwestern or at Advocate. Or if you're traveling even, can I go see a doctor if I'm traveling? Well, typically the answer would be no if it's a planned visit. But if you do have an emergency, or if you have urgent care needs, you can actually go to a hospital for an emergency or urgent care out of network. So it's very limited and a little bit controlled in who you can see, but it's because we want to make sure that we're forming these deeper relationships within the network and within the care partners that we work with. I hope that makes sense.
I think, I mean, made sense to me. If any follow-up questions, feel free to pop them in the chat, y'all. But yeah, so those were our big questions about ACA. So I do want to address a few CEDA specific questions. The first one, and I saw a version of this a couple of times, but it's how do you check your application status for LIHEAP specifically? You can do that at cedaorg.net/LIHEAP application status. I'm putting that in the chat right now. Bam. So you can check your information there. One note is that if you, for instance, filled out the online pre-application and you have not received an email with your application ID in it, you won't be able to check the status here. That being said, we do recommend check your spam and junk folder for that app ID. Sometimes our emails can get caught there. And it should arrive, it'll definitely arrive within a week, sometimes within a day. So keep an eye there. And if you cannot find your application ID in your email or from a letter, go ahead and give us a call and we can help look that up for you. So another question we got, oh no, someone said the link didn't work. It didn't work. Hold on. Let me get you a better link, everyone. Thank you for letting me know. Apologies. Here is the real link. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. So this link will get you to where you need to go. So Another question we got was, how do we re-enroll in UBR? So about 30 days before your 1-year anniversary in UBR, you should get a letter. We also send out emails, we do calls, notifying you that it's time to re-enroll. So when it's time, go ahead and get back in touch with the partner intake site that originally helped you apply. They will help you resubmit your proof of income and fill out any additional necessary information in the UBR portal that you might need. So yeah, go ahead, again, give us a call. It's really, our partner intake sites are really well here and helping, here, ready to help. Is there a program to help purchase / install a new heating system? Yes, our furnace repair and replacement program is specifically designed to do just that. So if you call a partner intake site, even if you want to do LIHEAP and your furnace application at the same time, give them a call, let them know you're interested in those services, and they'll get the ball rolling for you. We had a question about home weatherization. Is it only for homeowners, or can renters also get home weatherization? And the answer is everyone can get it. So renters and homeowners alike, the process for renters is different than the process for homeowners. There are additional stipulations, the person who owns the property needs to be on board, things like that. So give us a call. We'll walk you through next steps on getting either other tenants or your landlord on board with what needs to happen. And someone's wondering if they can apply for services online, and you can. That link is cedaorg.net/preapp. And that will lead you to an online application portal run by the state of Illinois, which you can use to put in an application. I will say, I think calling a partner intake site can be a little faster for some folks. But I mean, if especially if you're confident with the process, go ahead, apply online. And again, you'll get that email generated to you that'll help you carry on with the rest of your application. So someone asked about income guidelines. So they do vary depending on program from time to time. Those are all on our website. Someone else mentioned that our flyers on our website, some of them may have outdated income guidelines right now. I apologize for that, but we're working to get those updated on our end. They should all be up online soon. But yeah, give us a call. We can give you any information. And then let's see, a couple other ones that just came in. So someone was asking if we offer rental assistance. So our housing services team can connect you with different assistance that may be available. So for instance, when Suburban Cook County opened their rental assistance program, one of the ways you could apply was by calling us. In addition, our housing counselors will listen to what your needs are and can help get you point you towards the resources that you would need. So whether you're a renter or a homeowner. So someone is asking about processing times for receiving benefits, specifically for weatherization or furnace. So, long and short, kind of. So each program will kind of drop participants into a queue to get their, obviously they have to go to your home to physically provide the services. There can be some people who are prioritized, it can be ranked by priority depending on what's going on. But our team can tell you kind of, give you an update on where your household kind of falls in this, what the status is. And CEDA reps are still coming out to homes during COVID. We take all necessary precautions to make sure that we're coming in a safe way. But if you have any questions about what our process is, we can go through it detailed with you, whatever you need for that peace of mind. And then one more question. So we're asking if the furnace program and weatherization are different. So yes, They are different, though there is that kind of overlapping component that they can both kind of work with heating systems. So the thing about furnace repair and replacement is that is the service you know you need. Go over there. If it's broken or unsafe, furnace repair and replacement has you. Again, broken, unsafe, red tagged, they got you. For other needs, our weatherization program can look at that. And again, this program really tailors assistance to what will get you the maximum benefit. So they may go into your home, assess it, and say, okay, the heating system really isn't the biggest problem here, but if we seal these windows, it's going to work so much better. So they can give you kind of a comprehensive look at what your home needs to be as efficient as possible, and over the long term, lower your energy bills. And it looks like that is it for all of our questions. If you have any other ones and we didn't get a chance to get to them, shoot CEDA's Facebook page a direct message and we'll be in touch with you there. Again, I want to thank you, Jason, for being with us and going through such a big, complicated topic in a way that, you know, was easy to understand. It's, you know, easier said than done to do that, and really appreciate you being with us.
I appreciate that, Tasia. Thank you so much for having me, and really glad that I can be here for you all.
Awesome, no problem, great. Well, thank you everyone so much for your time. Stay tuned, we have additional open houses coming for the year. And again, if you want to go through anything that we covered today, this recording will be live on Facebook right after this. In addition, it'll be posted to our website. And in addition, all this stuff's on our website anyway. So with that, stay warm, stay safe, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you.